Hello, hello. This is Henry Kramer, 605 Chaser. We have storm coverage. I know I said that I was not going to go live, but things are kind of breaking in here and getting a little dangerous in areas that were not expected. Give you perspective here. The SPC had a outlook of marginal risk in this green shaded area. But we are tracking a storm south of Highway 212, east of Newell. This is out in the western portions of South Dakota, and this is a storm that is concerning. Some storm trackers that you need to be aware of. We do have Vince Walt. He is in the Nebraska area. He is on this storm cell north of Hill City, Nebraska. That's the first image here. And then we also have Corey Gherkin in the second image. And then we also have Nathan Moore north of Norton, Nebraska. This is the enhanced risk. And then we do have the severe thunderstorm watch area in these boxes, the yellow multiple cells here that are in Nebraska that are showing signs of, at times, some signs of rotation, but we also do have the wind and hail threat. This is the severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This came out of Goodland, so location impacted is Hill City. As you can see there, pretty significant looking storm structure there. These other two are showing more signs of kind of the rain and the wind threat. If we turn on the Goodland radar, we can show that here. And as you can see, this bow. But I do want to give it back up to our folks in South Dakota here so that we can show. Just wanted to give you a perspective. These three are storm chasers in Nebraska. But this concern here out in the western part of South Dakota, if we can put this into perspective here, we're going to take a look at the base velocity. It's going to be a little tough to see that right there. But I do want to go into the echo tops here and we'll kind of show that. Appreciate those of you joining here on YouTube. If we take a look here, we can see 52,000 feet, and if we can take a look at the hail threat, we do show significant hail threat there. Let's go ahead and take a look at a 3D volumetric view. Give me 1 second here if I can get that to show up for us. Takes a moment here, folks, and I'll zoom this over here so that we can kind of see that view, more of an enhanced look at the storm, if you will. Plenty of rain. If we can do a quick path on this, we will put that in perspective. I'm just going to, this does show kind of a hook here, but again, this is an area that we are concerned about right now of impact of hail, significant wind threat, and because it's a small, I know that it looks large on the image here, but this is a lone wolf, if you will. And so this is to the east or northeast of Sturgis area, but because this is on its own and doesn't have a whole lot of other storms to feed off of, this is why we're so concerned about that. We'll kind of show this view here if we can. Zoom in a little bit further on this to show the volumetric on this. This is quite, I mean, any of you that like data, gotta love this, right? So we're showing the 47,000 feet. Anything above 40,000 will be pretty easy for it to be able to gained hail, gained the hail there. We'll go ahead and shut off the volumetric here and put this back into perspective here. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient. This can help us identify wind threat. As you can see, Vince Walt is over to our right in Nebraska area. This area's got tennis ball size hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds. So Union Center and Fairpoint, 31 miles northeast, moving south at 20 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and put the high resolution base velocity back on and get the 20 miles an hour south. So the heart of that storm. Let's see what areas could be impacted. We've, if it stays together, which it's going into a good environment to be able to do that. So we have Viewfield over an hour and a half away, Hereford in the next hour, but that would be the core of that hail. I'll shut this off here. And then we do have these pockets here as well. To the northwest of Pine Ridge. And if we can put that one in perspective, that severe thunderstorm warning is 18 miles north of Shadron, south at 20. Most of these are going south at 20 miles per hour. We'll put the core of that so that we can see where that's kind of headed. No impacts. It's going to be over in farm area. Do a better view of that. Appreciate you all joining. Sorry I don't have my chat on today. It was last minute type thing, so wanted to get a good idea of what this was going to be showing here. Nothing showing there. So let's take a look at the next one. Do have these storms starting to become more numerous. This one was just issued at 4:29 until 5:15. That one's those are Shadron State Park Campground. This is all continuing to trek off to the south. As you can see, we do have this storm that I'm going to point out here. It's right in our Nebraska area. That is the one that's showing pretty good signs of storm structure. We take a look at the Goodland. That is right now in Hill City area. So any of those that are on I-70 near Hayes, Nebraska, you guys need to be on the lookout for that area. Even Dodge City as we get further into the evening. And then if we take a look at the model HRRR that was updated not that long ago here, as you can see, it was putting those storms right where they are, smack dab in the middle of that. Go to the 5 o'clock update so that we can, it's right where it's at, get a broader perspective here. As you can see, storms continue to get more numerous overnight as they push through that front east of Cheyenne. And then as we go into the evening hours, they eventually kind of die out. And folks over in South Dakota, that'll eventually die out as it gets into the evening hours. So Sioux Falls, you don't need to really worry about that too much. Although we do expect some kind of development tomorrow, and we'll take a look at that real quick here on this NAM 12K. We were kind of thinking possibly some areas near Brookings that could develop tomorrow. And this is no longer showing that, so looks like it should be okay. Some spotty showers, rumbles of thunder, but nothing huge. So that's the latest information that we have for the update. Shut this radar Omega off here for a moment so I can see what the chat is saying on here. I do not. Yeah, don't know what that is. So I'm going to let y'all go, but I wanted to break in with regards to the storms that we're covering here. Tennis ball size hail and 70 mile an hour gusts. So at 4:49 Mountain Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles southwest of Fairpoint, or 31 miles northeast of Sturgis, moving south. And so those are some areas that you need to be concerned about. Of course, these areas to the west of excuse me, to the west of Porcupine and Pine Ridge need to be concerned of those areas, as well as Chadron gets impacted later, goes into a very rich environment there. Southwest of Valentine as well has some areas of concern. This one just issued has 2-inch hail. That's the primary threat out of these is hail and wind. We don't have severe thunderstorm watch areas. These are kind of these rogue storms that are popping up north of the enhanced area. But that's the latest that we have. This again is Henry Kramer 605 Chaser in the studio, giving you live weather coverage of storms in the heartland. Y'all stay safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll have a regularly scheduled update for the outlook. We'll have that 8:30.